Okay, so what if you had an exact blueprint, a step-by-step guide to launch a profitable AI startup in just 30 days? Well, that's exactly what we're unpacking today. And this isn't just theory, right? This is a proven formula from a founder who's already built a multi-million-dollar company with it. So let's get right into it. So let's just pause and really think about this question for a second. If you had to start from absolute zero today, how would you build an AI company that's actually making money in just 1 month? I mean, it sounds kind of impossible, doesn't it? But the playbook we're about to go through is designed to do exactly that. So, why is this particular blueprint worth your time? It's simple, really. The founder who created it used this very same thinking to build a company that is now valued at $215 million. So yeah, this isn't just some random idea. It's a battle-tested strategy that proves this whole approach really works, and on a massive scale. And all of these insights, they come directly from Young Zhao, who's the CEO of the AI video tool OpusClip. Now, what's cool is he isn't just talking about what works right now. He's actually laid out a playbook for where the whole industry is headed. This is about building a business that's going to thrive in 2026 and way beyond. All right, let's dive into the first big principle. And trust me, this one is absolutely crucial. Forget that old advice about following your passion. The playbook says you need to start by finding real, painful problems. You know, the kind people are desperate to solve. That is the foundation of a real AI business. And I just love this quote from him. His number one piece of advice: build a real business, not a cool demo. It sounds so simple, but the entire AI space is basically a graveyard of cool demos that just never became real businesses. This is the big trap you absolutely have to avoid. And here's the difference, laid out plain and simple. A cool demo is all about you. It solves a problem you think is interesting. But a real business? That's all about them. It focuses on a customer's pain point so well that they are more than willing to pay you for the solution. You see, that little shift from me to them is, well, it's everything. Okay, so you found a problem. Your first instinct is probably to fire up the computer and start building the AI, right? Wrong. The playbook says to just stop. The absolute smartest move you can possibly make is to validate your idea first by delivering the solution manually before you write a single line of code. So, how does it actually work? It's a pretty simple three-step process. First, you become a concierge. You basically deliver the result all by yourself, by hand. Second, you find a handful of early users who are willing to test out this manual service. And third, and this is the key, you measure what really matters. Not signups. Are they coming back? Are they genuinely happy? That's real validation. Okay, now we're at the core of it all, the 30-day blueprint. This is the tactical, week-by-week plan to take you from just an idea to a fully validated business with actual paying customers. And just look at how this breaks down. Week 1 is simple. Just talk to potential customers. Understand their pain deeply. Week 2, you become that concierge and start solving their pain manually. Week 3, you listen to every piece of feedback and refine your service. And then, in week 4, you convert those happy early users into your very first paying customers. It's a super intense but incredibly focused sprint. But you know, even with a great validated idea, you still face two massive challenges. The AI market is just incredibly crowded, and figuring out pricing is really tricky. So how do you stand out, and how do you price your product so you can actually succeed? Let's see what the playbook says. The playbook is crystal clear on this. There are two huge traps you have to avoid at all costs. First, do not build something that a big model like GPT can already do pretty easily. And second, make sure you're solving a painkiller problem, not a vitamin problem. You have to be a must-have, not just a nice-to-have. Now, when it comes to pricing, you've basically got two choices. You can price based on your own costs, things like API calls, or you can price based on the value you create for your customer. The playbook argues really strongly for that second one, because when you price on value, your success is directly tied to your customer's success. And that is such a powerful way to build a business. Okay, let's move on to the final piece of this puzzle, because beyond all the business strategy, there's one skill that Zhao says is the ultimate competitive advantage for anyone working in the age of AI. And that skill is treating AI as a thinking partner. Just let that sink in. It's not about just asking it for answers. It's about using it to brainstorm, to challenge your own assumptions, and to see the blind spots in your own thinking. It's a completely different level of engagement. And, this isn't a skill you just pick up overnight. It's a habit that you have to consciously build. It's all about the daily practice of asking smarter, deeper, better questions. The better your questions get, the more powerful the AI becomes as your partner. And this quote just brings it all home, doesn't it? When we look ahead to 2026, the winners in the AI space aren't going to be the ones with the flashiest tech. No, they'll be the ones who can find a unique problem and a truly clever way to differentiate themselves. That is the key. So there you have it, the complete 30-day playbook from a founder who's already built a $215 million company. The strategy is clear. The steps are all laid out. You have the blueprint now. So the only real question left is, what problem are you going to solve first?